Try my chocolate cake, it's delicious. These simple words once struck terror in my heart. This is an excerpt from a girl named Rena's diary, and Rena is a 13-year-old girl with the fear of gaining weight. I got into this topic because I think that it is very important for people to know that beauty means that you're healthy, not necessarily skinny. And I think it's important for audience members to recognize that beauty is what's on the inside and not necessarily what's on the outside. And I think that celebrities and models do influence children to think that their normal bodies are actually flawed. So first, I'm going to discuss how the media portrays celebrities and how that portrayal affects children's body image and how this can lead to eating disorders. So my first main point is that the media's portray celebrities' rail-thin bodies as sexy and beautiful. And a statistic from Plus Size magazine, 20 years ago, the average fashion model weighed 8% less than the average woman. Today, she weighs 23% less than the average woman. So if the average woman is 100 pounds, the model will weigh 75 pounds. And these are the women that our children, our young women in this country, they idolize them. That's who society sees as the perfect physical characteristics and physical perfection. And here's just some modern day models and how rail thin they are. You can see their ribs. And also media uses magazine covers to help or to influence children. This one says 46 best and worst beach bodies. So they use an entire article about body image, and not just good body image, it's about bad body image. And to me, these worst bodies on here are actually pretty darn good bodies and probably a lot better than the average woman's body. Another one says starving to be sexy, and it has a picture of like the Princess of England on there. So it's pretty much saying that these women starved themselves to be sexy. Do we really have to starve ourselves to be sexy? Can we not just be sexy being healthy? My second point is how this media portrayal how it causes negative body image in our children. In an article of USA Today, Sarah Mernon, who is a body image expert, said, even in the first grade, girls think that the culture is telling them they should model themselves after celebrities who are beautiful and skinny. So even as kids as young as 7 years old are thinking that they should model themselves after those ideal celebrities because they're skinny. And they're skinny because they're skinny, that means they're beautiful. And of course some girls reject this idea, and that's about 18% of girls, and those are the ones with the high self-esteem, the extremely positive body image, the one with encouraging families, encouraging friends. That's only 18% of girls. And a critic of the idea that celebrities influence girls her name is Kelly Cutrone. This is from the same USA Today article. Kelly Cutrone owns a fashion and runway modeling company. And she said, women shouldn't be comparing themselves to these girls. They are not average. They're naturally thin and have incredibly long legs. So we put these expensive clothes on them. We walk them down the runway in front of thousands of people in order to sell these clothes, and then you say that women aren't going to compare themselves to them? Isn't that kind of the point? And another part of Sarah Mernon, the body image critic, or the body image expert study, she actually had, she studied 21 case studies of about 6,000 girls ages 10 and over, and she actually found, scientifically proved, that those girls that were subjected to the fashion magazine articles, saw pictures of runway models, they're actually more inclined to have body image issues than those that weren't subjected to those images. And of course, this is not limited to only girls. I actually had a friend in high school. He was so obsessed with being buff that he actually worked out at the gym probably three hours every single day. You could call him, he wouldn't pick up, he wouldn't go to hangouts, he wouldn't go to dates. He was actually almost missed our limo to prom because he was at the gym. So his need to have that six-pack and to have the big muscles, that was overcoming to him. He had to have that image. And my third point is that this gets, like, celebrities influence these girls so much that it actually causes anorexia and other eating disorders. And Victorina, the 13-year-old girl from the beginning of this story, she actually in her diary wrote that she looked at pictures of celebrities and models, and she wondered, why can't I look like those women? Why can't I be beautiful like that? So she actually just stopped eating, and her friends would call her and invite her to events and parties, and she said that she would think about what kind of food would be there. Is there going to be food there that's going to tempt me to eat? And she stopped going anywhere. She stopped having a social life. The illness consumed her entire life. And this is her. At age 26, she actually weighed 89 pounds. This was her at her worst. She said that she would have a magic number in her head, like, I want to lose 30 pounds and then I'll be perfect. And she would lose that 30 pounds, and then she would say, oh, well, I'm so a little too chubby. Let me lose 30 more pounds and then I'll be perfect. So that magic number that she had was never good enough. And this is something she actually wrote in her diary. She said, I knew I was playing with life and death, but in some horrifying way, death and fat seemed equally terrifying. So she's comparing dying as a better option than being fat. But Rena actually, she got so bad that she was sent to the emergency room. The doctor pretty much told her, you know, you're either going to stop doing this or you're going to die. So she got into some intensive therapy, intensive weight gain program. She was admitted into the hospital, and she actually got a lot better, and this is what she looked like when she was done with her normal, healthy weight. And of course, I'm not blaming celebrities for the entirety of eating disorders. I know that would be very naive, but that's where it starts. It starts with your idea of beauty, and then maybe your parents get a divorce, or your boyfriend abuses you and it makes you feel not perfect. You want to reach that status of perfection that society has ingrained in our minds from magazine covers and runway fashion shows, and you just want to reach that ideal of physical perfection. And another statistic about eating disorders, the South Carolina Department of Mental Health said it is estimated that 8 million Americans have an eating disorder, and 95% of those Americans are between the ages of 12 and 25. And this is where are most impressionable. In conclusion, I think the media's portrayal of real thin bodies as sexy and how that causes negative body image and eating disorders, this really leads me to believe that celebrities, people in the public eye, are greatly influencing young people to think that there are problems with their bodies that are absolutely healthy and absolutely normal. And on a positive note, here are some celebrities. This is Queen Latifah, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jennifer Hudson, that are actually advocates for curves are sexy. They embrace their curves. They advocate that a healthy lifestyle is better than a skinny, tiny body. So I think that if more of our celebrities would watch these ladies and see what they're doing and do the same thing, then it could be a real help for women in America today.